Surprise! I decided to actually record one of these with commentary for a change, 'cause I can. 'Cause why not, right? So, like it says on the tin, this run is the Huntress maxing attack speed. I actually did one of these runs yesterday with her alternate second skill, Laser Cyclone, and I died in a really stupid way, and it was really dumb. And also, Laser Cyclone interacts very strangely with the Wicked Ring, which is one of the most, like... Oh, whoops, I forgot something. I actually clicked that. Whoa, that's too loud. There. Laser Cyclone interacts very strangely with the Wicked Ring, which is one of the most important parts of these builds. So I think I'm just gonna... I don't know, not upload that, and I'm doing this instead. As for why I've decided to actually do commentary for once for one of these breaking runs, I don't know. It felt like it, I guess. Truthfully, I'm actually having a very bad day right now, so I was kind of hoping that, you know, doing this, forcing myself to have something to focus on, aka talking, would help with that badness of this day. Okay, this is extremely lucky. What the heck? We'll see. I especially don't know if I can maintain talking for as long as these runs usually go, but I don't know. Right, so commentary. Talking. Who does that? Not me. I would never. I say as though I don't talk to myself constantly all the time. Small apologies, by the way. I need to preface this entire video with some little bits of details or caveats, I guess. First of all, my recording setup is not great. My microphone has to literally sit on my lap, which means you're going to hear keyboard noises, and there's very little I can do about it. My keyboard is very loud, but thankfully the recording software that I use is actually pretty good at filtering out keyboard sounds. Hold on. It's usually pretty good at filtering out keyboard sounds, but you're still going to hear a bit of that. Other things that are noteworthy are the fact that I just ate lunch, which means I'm in a food coma right now, but food comas do not stop me from playing the video game or talking to myself. Because, and let's be honest here, that's what I'm doing. I am talking to myself. Are there any other caveats I can think of? Not really. Ultimately, this is just a really good start so far to this run. Using the command artifact means that your biggest priority, pretty much ASAP, regardless of what you're trying to do, is get a clover. And considering that was my first item this run, this is gonna be pretty sweet. As far as the rest of the way these runs go, this particular type of run is one where my goal is to showcase what the character can do with maximum attack speed. Because, like, I've done a bajillion, you know, game-breaking runs already in this game. I've made tons of videos of those. But what those videos usually lack is actual, like, detail. Not coherence, per se, but detail. In the sense that by the time you would have actually interesting scaled stats in those runs, there's so much uncontrollable chaos happening all over the place that you can't really see what those stats are actually doing. You can kind of see. Of course, it depends on the items you get, but you can't. The character you're playing, for the most part, stops mattering in those kinds of runs. In these kinds of runs, however, the entire point is to show the character itself. So for Huntress, probably expect a ridiculous amount of this. And that's pretty much it, because truthfully, the Huntress is not very good with attack speed builds from my experience. Not to say she's bad, she's just not as good with it as someone like the Commando. Having an inherently super high attack speed to begin with is Really, really helpful when it comes to scaling attack speed. Yeah, start getting crit now. One of the key points of these runs is to get a hold of a Wicked Ring, specifically. Because as soon as you have a Wicked Ring, you can pretty much break the entire game wide open if the character has skills that aren't terrible. Huntress is, like, on the verge of being decent, but she also kind of functions in more or less the same way as the Commando. Main skill is just a relatively quick-firing basic attack. Second skill does a little bit of group damage. Not nearly as much as the Commando, so it won't scale as well later into the run. But that hardly matters. Ooh, hello. Lucky. Cool. Time to spam glaives. Eventually. I need more crit. And then her fourth skill, like, to continue comparing with the Commando, her fourth skill is just a thing that can do stuff. It's not particularly strong with high attack speed. It's not bad, but the cooldown is so long that a Wicked Ring doesn't really help all that much, believe it or not. Not for that specific skill, anyway. Of course, a Wicked Ring isn't going to do jack without a crit, so let's build some crit. If you did watch the Commando run, the maximum attack speed with the Commando run, first of all, thank you. I appreciate that. If you're watching this at all, thank you for that. That's actually very kind of you to do. It means more to me than I can really properly express. But that aside, if you watch that, I had a point. I swear I had a point. Hey, did you know that I have ADHD, and that means that sometimes my brain just stops being able to focus on whatever it is I'm trying to focus on, including my own words? What was I getting at? 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 I don't remember what I was getting at. And that actually really bugs me. What was I trying to say? There was a point there. There was a point, I swear. Right. Okay, if you watch the Commando run, and if you're watching this run now, you'll notice that the first stage here actually features Lemurians, using the Kin artifact, the Artifact of Kin, which, what a surprise, means that only one type of enemy can spawn per stage. Lemurians are objectively the best enemy to get whenever you want to do one of these breaking runs, where you want to just, like, kick back, relax, get items, and scale way too hard. Because they are so incredibly easy to defeat. Including but not limited to the elites, which are the important part when you're going for like a clover and whatnot. For these kin runs, whenever I do them, I'm basically just gonna be fishing for Lemurian start, and if I don't get one, I'll literally kill the recording and start again. Because this is just the easiest way to do it. For a long time, while I was playing this game casually, not actually trying to do anything with YouTube with it, I would pretty regularly just sit down for one of these runs right here without the command artifact, and just go for like 2 hours, 3 hours, something like that per run. It was really, really relaxing in a way. It's a very zen activity once you figured out what you're doing. And the best way to start those was always to just fish for Lemurians, because these things spawn in incredible numbers and are very easy to defeat, and yada yada yada. I will probably do more of these attack speed runs. Okay, hold on. I also need to make sure that I'm not talking too much, because I don't want to, 1, hurt my throat, and 2, run out of energy too quickly. Hopefully... I had thoughts, and I don't know what they were. Well, anyway. Wow, back-to-back green items. That's rare. Assuming you've watched a decent number of my runs, you'll know by now that the early game is very, very boring. There isn't really a whole lot that actually happens during the first, usually like 20 to 40 minutes of a run, depending on how much luck I get with items. The same thing applies here. There's just not a whole lot that happens at all. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It just kind of is what it is. Alright, okay, Glaives, can you, like, fire in the correct direction, please? Thank you. But what that means is that, especially if I'm choosing to actually talk into my mic and, you know, provide any kind of commentary, what that effectively means is that I just don't have a whole lot to say about the game early on. Like, I think I've pretty much said everything I was wanting to already. Sure. Need a bit more crit, too. Admittedly, I don't know exactly how many of the Lensmaker's glasses I need to get 100% crit. I want to say it's 14. I did the math at some point and then just stopped caring. Because, like, it doesn't really matter ultimately. More items is simply more items. And even if they don't do anything, it changes basically nothing. So how was your day? Oh my god. My throat is already unhappy with me, but I think that might be because of my lunch. I had some microwavable burritos because I could not be bothered to do anything that required more effort than throwing some tortilla bits into a microwave. And of course, you know, I'm a reasonable, healthy adult. I also went and ate the thing that I've become known for over the last couple of years, where I literally just eat raw celery. Just fresh raw celery. Still kind of baffles me that people find that weird, but whatever. It's like, sure, fine, I guess. Let's see. And I also had some tea. I suppose in theory I could talk about the build itself that I'm actually trying to construct here. Going through the items that I've got, of course the key ones are, first of all, at least one clover. Without a clover, these runs just do not scale fast enough to actually be good. I mean, they're not bad without a clover, but the sacrifice artifact is not exceptionally consistent at all. Which means that if you can get your hands on a clover, you're gonna be putting things together so much more efficiently with one. Obviously, for the attack speed builds, where the entire point is to showcase attack speed, take the attack speed items. Mocha, the soldier syringe, yeah, soldier syringe, predatory instincts, stuff like that. The parts that might be a little less intuitive if you don't know exactly what all the items do are the additions of the crit glasses, Lensmaker's glasses. But it turns out that a Wicked Ring is just so incredibly ridiculous, especially for trying to attack as fast as possible, that you just gotta take it. Aside from that, a few topaz brooches goes a very, very long way towards survivability. Like, these runs with more specific focused builds using the command artifact usually require the same exact kinds of items every single time, being like a topaz brooch for defense, some kind of healing. In this case, I'm taking Mysterious Vials to cut down on visual clutter. Monster Tooth is just objectively better to take than Mysterious Vial, but for these runs, anyway. But I really do just want... My computer isn't the most powerful, so the less visual clutter there is, the less the game has to render, the better. You know, like if you've seen any of my breaking runs, you'll know that the moment an overloading worm wave spawns late into the run, I lose all of my frames. They all just go away. Pew 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 pew. The defensive stuff is necessary for all of these runs, otherwise you are just going to die at some point, and it's going to be very sad and very silly. Honestly, I could probably just start going now, actually. I already have a Wicked Ring and a Clover, which is pretty much the only really required stuff for this build. Past that is just getting more items. I don't really want to risk it, though. Let's take my knuckles. Why not? Who cares? Whoa, that's who cares. Fortunately, with a Wicked Ring, I can just disappear. I love it. The Wicked Ring is such a silly item. You know what's especially amusing to me about this is that because of the way that my recording setup is actually organized here, I can't hear the game audio at all. It would probably be better if I could, but I can't. So I'm sure that it sounds like beautiful, beautiful carnage to all of you. But to me, all I hear right now is Inabakumori. Shoot, which song is this currently playing? I think this is the Japanese version of Loneliness of Spring? Something like that. That's all I hear. And my own voice, I guess. And also the temperature in my room steadily increasing because my computer is old and hot. And rather unfortunately, despite the fact that it is still technically winter, it is probably like over 70 degrees out right now. Because ongoing climate crisis. Oh, you know what I completely forgot until just now? That. In fact, I'm getting to. Infusions are very, very important for these kinds of runs. It's in the same vein as the Topaz Brooch. Okay. What items am I getting here? That's probably enough of those. More attack speed. More attack speed. More attack speed. That is the name of the game here. Well, I guess I could get an alien head too later on. For green items can be a little more tricky for these kinds of runs. It's largely up to player preference for those. Other than a Clover, anything else is pretty much just whatever you want. Whatever you would prefer specifically. Hello there. In my case, I'll usually end up with at least a few double jumps, a few rusty jetpacks for jump height. Literally just movement. Mobility is really, 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 really valuable. What am I talking about? If you've played this game, you know how important mobility is. Like, if you can't get out of the way of things, you are screwed. Look at the glaives go. Very fun. Sure. That could be a green item down the line. Eventually. Right, I forgot. Childs do not give very much money. For some peculiar reason. I'm honestly not sure why. Right, green items, I'll usually end up with at least one hero's cape, because defense is defense. For attack speed builds, a Leeching Seed has a lot of value. Pardon me. Leeching Seed has a lot of value because survivability is very important. One of the main reasons, by the way, that I have taken Mysterious Vials in this run is because the Huntress will have moments where there are simply groups of enemies that she cannot contend with, which means having the ability to just hide somewhere and passively heal is very, very useful. Necessary, even. Even if it's as simple as just, like... I'll wait for the carnage to end. Even if it's as simple as just, like, waiting on a ladder or something. It does a lot. Apologies for the keyboard sounds once again. Oh no, my missile's drawn. Something that I find for these runs is also worth building is actually war banners. The war banner buff for attack speed is pretty huge, believe it or not. It's big enough that I would consider it so significant you'd really want to focus on it. And the bigger the war banner, obviously the larger the radius it has, which means the more effective it will be. Overloading child? Oh no. What happens if I run away from that? If I just go over here? Yeah, I thought so. Oh no. They're here. They found me. No, this is fine. This is fine. It's actually kind of strange. Huh. Sure. Why not? That works. Well, where are the rest of them? One of the particularly fun things about runs like this is that you really can just sometimes stand and attack. And that is the extent of how much you have to think or focus. But then, of course, occasionally you'll get, like, blighted mechanical worms, in which case, if you stand there for more than 1.5 seconds, you are dead. Hurry it up. Please. Easy. Alright, let's get some more items. I want to build more war banners. I did not mean to take an energy cell, but I guess that's fine. Ideally, I would keep these builds very, very focused. I would only get the items that I want to take, but I do make mistakes sometimes. They're not really that bad. They're not really mistakes at all, per se. They're just kind of misinputs. More predatory instincts. And let's get more mochas because I want more movement speed. Movement speed. Alright, that's probably everything. War banners do also provide a decent amount of passive healing too, for teleporter events specifically. Yeah, I want a lot more movement speed. I could take goat hooves. I don't want to. For my movement speed, I'm just taking mochas. There's some clickbait for you. Breaking the game with a crippling caffeine addiction. A crippling coffee addiction. I don't want to clickbait very hard, but I do recognize that it is kind of necessary for the YouTube algorithm. Which is where some of the names of some of my videos originate. But I'm not gonna just like go and lie with thumbnails or video titles like I've seen some creators do. I do not lie. I deliberately choose not to. In general, just in life. As a human being. Lying to me is generally counterproductive. I suppose in some sense that might just be like a... No, not even might. That just straight up is like a feigning some sort of moral superiority kind of deal, but it's not really about that. It's more just, it's not gonna do anything. All lying does is confuse people. Even if it's only confusing yourself, that's still someone. The more confused people are, the more time gets wasted. And I don't know if you've noticed, but we have a very, very limited lifespan, all things considered. Just as, like, you know, living creatures. Remember that ancient trend of people saying YOLO all the time? Well, they weren't exactly wrong. I get that a lot of people used it as a rationalization to do stupid things, but, like, at the end of the day, it is still true. You do only live once. So I figured, you know, use your time in an effective and efficient manner. Not doing so is doing yourself and the people around you a disservice. Wasteful. Did I say waitful? Wasteful. Enunciate your S's, self. Elf. I am kind of just spouting shenanigans. Meanwhile, my microphone has been slowly tilting away from me because part of what it means to have this thing sitting on my lap is that it's cradled in a blanket that is across part of my lap. It would be across all of my lap, but I would really rather not roast to death in here. And I know it's gonna get hot in this room. But what that also means is that as the temperature in the room increases, along with the temperature around the blanket itself and the microphone, the more it's going to settle. Let's get an alien head. And the more it settles, the farther the mic goes, which, unfortunately for this setup, means that it gets slightly closer to my keyboard and slightly farther away from my face, which is where the talky sounds are emanating from? Comminating. What on earth is my brain doing? Comminate is not a word. It's not. Unless you're, like, trying to make some sort of lewd joke about somebody named Nate, it is not a word. And even then, that's still not a word. I'm just gonna shove with the microphone a little bit. Maybe if I, like, reinforce this part. I'm sure you could probably hear that. I apologize. More mochas. No, I want a hero's cape. Stacking the hero's cape doesn't really do... 2 red items, goodness. Stacking the hero's cape doesn't really do... anything? Yeah, all it does is increase the amount of healing that you get while the effect is active and you're invincible. But that doesn't do much, frankly. So I don't feel too compelled to stack more than even just one. Alright, where's my stuff? I'm definitely faster. I am not fast enough, however. No, not you. Can I have some mountain shrines, please? Okay, that's not a mountain shrine, but I will take it. The main reason that I even bother with taking drones in runs like these is because I can sacrifice them for items. Items are useful. Except for those relatively rare occurrences where drones are actually worth keeping around. Like in the case of the break and run with the loader's alt skills from the other day. I think that's actually the most recent video I've uploaded. Pretty sure, yeah. Like in that case, they're absolutely worth taking just because of how the loader's alternate, whatever the fourth skill category is called. Special? I think it's special skill. Just because of how that works. Thank you. More mochas. Not fast enough. Like that, right there. Wait a second. I see that. Oh, I keep forgetting. There's like 1 or 2 environment logs left in the game that I haven't gotten already. Dag nabbit. Yeah, I only have 2 jumps. Okay. I'm gonna stick around until I get that just because I'm in the area and I feel like it. Oh shit. No, I forgot the stopwatch. Oh well. That's actually kind of irritating. Oh well, oh well, oh well. When I'm trying to focus on talking, it can be tricky to think. To pay attention to the clock specifically. Okay, you are going to give me a double jump. And more jump height. And predatory instincts. More mochas. You know what would be worth taking actually is at least 1 harvester's scythe. Yeah, let's take that. Healing is healing, has its uses. Wait, what? The heck? What in the world? You can just... Really? Today I learned. Alright, you give me my health back. Thank you. Legitimately had no idea you could just fall through the lava right there. Alright. Nope. This is how I feel about you nerds. Frozen in place, and absolutely eviscerated. I do love when these teleporter waves with the Can artifact are extremely cheesable. It's very satisfying. I guess it's extra satisfying with a character like the Huntress because of her second skill that can fire through terrain, or attack through terrain. You know what I still haven't decided is whether I want to do one of these runs for every character or not. Because I kind of feel like, in the case of something like, man, this is just chaos. But like, controlled chaos. In the case of some of the melee-focused characters, like the Miner, there really isn't anything too interesting that you can do with these runs, aside from literally make the character uncontrollable. Which, truth be told, I'm not super interested in. It might be fun to watch, though. I'll be doing some testing for every character, but for a lot of them, I don't know if maxing out attack speed like this is going to be fun at all. Let alone interesting to watch. Really don't know. Okay, good enough. You know, I didn't mean to take that, but I will take it. More vials. What do I want here? Sure. Oh my god, there were 2 red items right there? What the heck? So if I really, really wanted to break this run, I could just take something like Behemoth and just win, right? But I don't really want to do that. Do I have an Aegis? I do have an Aegis. I don't really want to do that. I want to just keep stacking attack speed, so I guess I'll take another Wicked Ring? I don't actually know if those even stack, truthfully. It doesn't really matter. Pretty sure Alien Head does, so if I get more, I'll just take those. And now, Soldier Syringe. Soldier Syringe. War Banner, War Banner. Many of these choices are going to be just completely arbitrary. Just like, there's a specific selection of items that I want, and I will just randomly pick one. Usually in groups. Alright. Of course it would be frickin' bugs. Why wouldn't it be bugs? It's fine. Unlike in Risk of Rain 2, the Huntress isn't exactly super great at dealing with flying enemies in this game. She's decent at it, though. The glaives are viable for dealing with them, but they're not as effective as her cool homingness. And yes, I have in fact played Risk of Rain 2. I am a big fan of Risk of Rain 2. It is a great game. More attack speed. More attack speed. How about some more attack speed? It's almost like, and hear me out here, it's almost like that's the point. The point is to build attack speed in my maxing attack speed runs. Crazy, right? Sure. Let's see if I get to sacrifice this thing too. Wait, there was a thingamabob just over here, right? Yeah, it was just up past, just up on the right edge of this. There we go. Anyone? Bugs. Goodbye, bugs. Goodbye. Hehe. See ya. Bet y'all wish you had more health now, huh? So then what I could also take, for the sake of attack speed, take the roads. And how about more mochas? I still don't feel fast enough. I think I definitely need more passive healing too. Where, by passive healing, I mean healing that doesn't require actually being in combat. Okay, this could be extremely dangerous. They are overloading, of course they are. Nope. Very dangerous, but not too dangerous. Okay, we're good. Oh boy! Rip frames, goodness gracious. Well, I totally wasn't planning on using frames anyway. I'm gonna stand up here. I'm so cool. Now this is the boring part of teleporter events. I'm gonna drink some water, and I'm gonna mute my mic and drink some water real quick, don't mind me. That's better. Stay hydrated, folks. Highly recommend. You know, I still feel like my attack speed is simply not high enough. I do know that there are diminishing returns on all of the attack speed based items in this game. Soldier Syringe, Mocha, etc. I know that that's the case, but what that technically means is that the numbers can, in fact, continue going up, which is the point. I want the numbers to go up. Alright. There was something I was going to take here, and I don't remember what it was. Yeah, I legitimately do not remember what it was. You know what I should take? Yeah. Take at least one timekeeper secret. Take two, even. War banners for funsies. A meat nugget, apparently. Not intended, but I'll take it. And a bajillion mysterious vials, because reasons. Cool. Let's do a loop. still don't feel fast enough. Dang it. The regen's good, though. Okay, game. Jellyfish? That's a joke. Sort of. They can be very, very threatening, but for the most part, nah, jellyfish are some of the most frail enemies in the game. It doesn't really matter how threatening they can be if they just explode before they get close to you. I want that. Look at the glaives go! Look at him go! Okay, that's fantastic. Why do I want this drone? I don't need that. Screw it. Let's go. This is the point in the run where things really get fun, you know? Oh, shit. Nope. No die. Not dead. Not dead. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Oh my god. Oh, they got too close. Holy, stop healing yourselves, please. And that's why jellyfish are really threatening, because contact damage. Holy. Alright, well, that works. We're good. It's fine. This is A-okay. Yep, totally fine. I mean, at this point, there's zero threat whatsoever. We'll just get some of this and a bit of that. Go away. More predatory instincts, more brooch, more vials, maybe a bit more war banner. Syringes. Shout out the achievement for getting a certain number of soldier syringes with the Huntress. You think I earned that achievement this run? I think I did. Pretty sure I did. Let's get more double jumps and more movement speed, more jump height. More attack speed. Isn't it great? It really is the case where you just, once you get to a certain point in runs like this, you can just, it's not even really shutting your brain off. It's more just letting your brain do what it wants to. Oh god, this is extremely threatening, and I have to be very careful. Because this is how I died in the last attempt of this run that I did yesterday. Is these things showing up. Although it was mostly my fault. Correction, it was entirely my fault. I stood somewhere I should not have been standing when I had no business standing there. Yeah, just a word of advice. When you have to fight greater wisps, don't stand directly in front of them. You will get exploded. And it will be painful. Like here, for example. They are blazing. Okay. That's fine. They're blazing, and they have access to jumpy bits. That's threatening. How do I want to deal with this? Wait, is that? No, it's not. God, how do I want to deal with this? This is bad. Very bad. Oh boy, this is bad. See, this is why the Huntress has so much difficulty with runs like this. As soon as any specific enemy shows up that can do a lot of damage in front of itself very quickly, she just crumbles. Unless there's somewhere really, really convenient to cheese it. She just can't. She just can't. You know what I think my best bet here is? That's actually not true. She can, as just player skill. You know? I think my best bet here is actually to just hope that I get an equipment box and find something more useful. Invincibility would be huge. Whatever that thing's called. I don't remember what it's called. Look at those glaives go, though. Wait, what? Why are they all dying? Did a bunch of them just despawn? That's weird. Alright. Get the thingy, and I want more movement speed. Shield generator, that's it. Hold on. Can I just... Well, I can hit them a little bit from here, which is what I would like to do right now. Sure. If it works, it works. Would you look at that? Which means I can go here and get predatory instincts. I feel like I pulled the trigger on this equipment use a little bit too early. It should be fun. It should be fun. Elite Greater Wisps are just very, very threatening in general. Okay. I'm looking at... Whoa! I did not mean to go... Hold on. Oh, that's super lucky! Ah! Let's go! I can stand here and cheese it until this comes on, and then I can just jump in the middle and hope that I don't fail to escape before my shield runs out. I have managed to escape before my shield ran out. Sort of. Alright, let's just do this. The idea here is to survive, and I have done some amount of surviving. Also taking a lot of damage because I got too close. Holy moly! Frightening. What do I want here? Again, there's a lot of things I could take here that would just let me win. You know what would be funny? Why not? Let's start deviating from the plan a little bit, shall we? I didn't mean to take that, but I'll take it. Sure. Start deviating just enough. So now I can punch things. My attack speed is still not fast enough, though. There is, of course, one other item that I could take that would dramatically affect my attack speed. I rarely remember what it's called. It's like the medallion thingy of some sort. The thing where damaging boss enemies can give you buffs. That actually increases your attack speed a lot. But I don't really have bosses here except for the imp invaders that spawn every 10 minutes. So it's not really all that helpful. I think I'll probably just take one because I can, but it's not exactly going to do much. Or rather, it will do a lot, but not very often. Where's the teleporter? I've already forgotten. Wasn't it just... yeah, it's just up here. Okay. Please no kill. These things have missiles. That is very scary. That's a lot of missiles. Jesus Christ. Okay, we're good. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. See, it's fine. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. It's all fine. Look, my missile drone's helping. Oh my goodness. I do love punching the whorls, though. That's fun. Holy moly, that's really intimidating. Not that whorls do a lot of damage, but like... ooh, goodness. What if I just... no, I'll just chill right here. Beautiful. I am outside the range of my... That's better. Look at the glaives go. What if I just... I'm gonna just let the glaives do their thing for a while. Yeah, that's better. Beautiful. I do love the Huntress's glaives. It's one of the more, like, dopamine-inducing skills because of the cool angles that it can hit sometimes. Of course, I wish it was more consistent, but it certainly doesn't need to be. Okay. That is enough movement speed, I think. I don't even need more items. This thing. Royal Medallion. That's what it's called. I don't need more items, but I'm going to take more anyway. Because I cannot be stopped. Oh, hi there. Hello. Goodbye. Oh, not yet. There we go. You survived a while. Impressive. Nope. In terms of green items, there's really no reason to take anything that isn't predatory instincts at this point. Except for maybe some more double jumps. In fact, there really isn't much reason to take any more items at all. Like, this is very effective. My attack speed still isn't, like, the best, though. I wish it was more. Although, I have to remind myself that a large amount of my attack speed is tied up in predatory instincts, which means I'm not going to see the attack speed being great until I actually hit stuff. Nope. Want my mountain shrine. Hee, get punched. Punch, 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 punch. No. Stop it. Okay, but I want mountain shrine, please. Ah. There it is. Shall we get absolutely destroyed? JK, I'm invincible. Oh god, my frames. Oh god, my frames. Okay, I'm over here now. I would like to stay out of range of those things because they will absolutely obliterate me in one shot if I get too close. Can I just... Well, I can almost just hold down the fourth skill button. I have to do regular attacks with it too. It's just not nearly as effective as the glaives. If you have actually made it this far, God, I can only imagine what the game sounds like right now. I'll probably go back and look through the footage a little bit, see how some of it turned out. This is probably just going to sound absolutely ridiculous, certainly. But as I was saying, if you have gotten this far and you're actually listening, first of all, why? Second of all, thank you. Third of all, why? And fourth of all, give me your thoughts in the comments, please. Naturally, of course, I would ask that you like the video and subscribe to the channel, yada yada yada, the usual YouTube stuff. But I'm actually more interested in hearing what all of y'all's thoughts are on me actually putting active talky commentary into these videos. That's not something that I was ever really planning on doing, but I never ruled it out. So now that I'm actually giving it a whirl, I'd like to know what you all think. Should I keep it up? Should I talk more during these? Or should I go back to just gameplay only? Knowing me, I'll probably end up doing a mix of both over time, because that's what I just like to do. I really hope you can hear me, by the way. The game audio thingamabob is going nuts over in my recording software. I'm sure it's very loud. That's what I'd like to do. Can y'all just, like, please, just stop. YouTube, get out of here. I would probably just end up doing a mix of both over time every now and then. It's just really just whatever I feel like doing. Because ultimately, a pretty big part of why I make these videos is because I want something to do with myself and my time. The only reason that I'm asking for input from viewers is because y'all are actually watching. And if you're paying attention, if you're watching at all, that means that you've got some kind of investment in what I'm doing, which means you probably care at least a little bit. And I'd like to know what you're thinking. Do I really want to bother getting all of these? I think the answer is, unfortunately, yes. Nope, not that. Nope. Nope. Thank you. Okay. This is going to take a little while. But that's okay. That is the unfortunate nature of command runs. They do this neat thing where you have to spend all the best years of your life in these little menus. And then eventually the run ends. And that is just how they go. Hello, let's not miss that, shall we? Gotcha. And as per the regular for these videos, I'm only going to complete one loop. I really don't... For these kinds of breaking videos that I do, I genuinely don't see a reason to go longer than just one loop. Because by the time I've gone through one loop, you've basically seen everything there really is to see for the build. Whatever it ends up being. At which point, going longer than that is... I wouldn't say redundant, but it's just unnecessary. It's slightly wasteful, when I could personally be doing other more valuable things with my time, like taking a nap. Hello there. Lighted. Oh, they're blazing. Oh god, my frames. Oh no, no, no. Okay, well, welcome to... They're all just dodging off the... They're all just dodging off the edge. They're all just, I'm not dead. Not dead. Oh my god. Not dead. Not dead, not dead, not dead. Holy moly. Okay, well that was terrifying. What? There's a blight in there. That could destroy me, because it turns out that the Huntress does not do very much damage. Maybe I should just start taking items that actually benefit from massive attack speed now. I know I did in the commando run. I took a hyper threader. And then I died anyway. Oh, you know what I could do is I could take a golden gun. That would actually help a lot. What? Screw it. I'm gonna hit this, that. Literally just one golden gun increases your damage by 40%, which is massive. Okay, the lemmings were on fire, and then they went and did the lemming thing where they just flew off the edge of the stage and fell into the abyss. This makes sense. This is the correct behavior for lemmings, and also claymen, specifically blazing ones. And I'm not going to think about it too hard. Oh goodness. Alright. I think it's time to actually take some items that are good with massive attack speed. Which is pretty much all of them, with some exceptions. But I didn't mean to take that. I'm gonna just see how much bleed I can stack onto something like Providence, shall we? Shall I? Alright, let's go. No, I didn't get the thingy. I don't remember which one that is. Alright, let's just make a break for Providence. Because my throat hurts. And I'm tired. And this has been very silly, but I really don't think there's much more to see here. How about some glaives, though? Want some glaives? Want some more glaives? What if I just, like, do this? Boom. Alright. Sure. God, how much bleed am I actually stacked? It's gotta be... I know that with 7 rusty knives, your bleed chance is 100%. And every single hit that you actually tag an enemy with applies it, because it's 100%. So it's gotta stack up real good. Alright. I guess I was mistaken a little bit when I was talking about the Royal Medallion earlier. It does have the one other use case of Providence. But, like, who cares? Providence is almost never a threat at all in these runs. Look at all of that bleed. All of those red numbers. That's what I want to see. Red numbers. So many red numbers. Alright, Protector Guy, Bulwark of the Weak. I am here to eviscerate you by attacking way too quickly. Did I mention attacking way too quickly? I'm not attacking very quickly. I'm going to be attacking faster. There we go. Now 10 stacks of the medallion. Look at it go. Love it. That was just using the primary attack. Meanwhile, the glaives just win, naturally. How about we do this? Get some cluster bombs. Cluster bombs are really good single target DPS. Which, to some degree, is kind of the point, I guess. I'm actually taking a lot of damage right now. Should be a little more careful. JK, doesn't matter. I can just be all invincible for the last phase. Not really. You actually do have to pay some attention because of the massive armor phases. But it's fine. Have bleed. You are bleeding. And I am invincible. You know what? Get eviscerated. Come on. Hello. I am here to destroy. I have destroyed. Nice. Get out of here. Well, that's the Huntress with maxing out her attack speed. It's pretty cool, I think. The glaives are good fun with it. Her primary skill is kind of boring with maxing attack speed, but that's fine. Not every skill in the game is actually going to be fun or interesting when you're doing this, you're putting together this build. Anyway, I guess that's it. Thanks for hanging out with me while you did. If you did. Again, let me know what you think about the addition of commentary here. I am completely fine either way, whether it's there or not. I don't care. Anyway, that's going to do it. Thanks for chilling. And I will see you later.